Hello there, friends. Just a quick warning. This podcast will have swear words in it, and a lot, apparently. Welcome to Mental Chillness Club, a mental health podcast and a Popcorn Pour production. I am Candice, your Mental Chillness Club host, and it's time to get chit-chatty. Hello! Welcome back to episode 3. We've got 3 episodes now. The podcast is in full swing. Today's episode is a little bit grim, I guess. Well, not really grim, a little bit negative, I guess. It's called Think Shifting, and it's all about the all-consuming negative thoughts that we can sometimes have. Currently now, someone close to me is struggling with this, which is kind of why I wanted to chat about it. So maybe we could understand better what it is, how it happens, and how we can help our friends get through it, but also how we can help ourselves get through it. So we'll chat about negative thoughts that can swallow you, that have you ruminating over things that bring us down, and that can be kind of insidiously pillaging our happiness and our general sense of joy, I guess. Wow. This sounds so negative. That's it. I'm going to have to bring some joy in here somewhere. And perhaps it's by sharing with you just how fucking lucky I feel, right? So as I'm researching this negative thought stuff, because, a lot of this stuff I kind of know, intrinsically know, but I really don't know how to articulate it. There's a lot of stuff I don't know also. So, I Google it, as you know, so that I can share it with you and so that I can articulate well. But as I was looking across the web for help on how to articulate this stuff, I just felt so fucking lucky. Sometimes I can get caught in these negative spirals of thoughts, and not feel very lucky. But when I am feeling lucky, you gotta ride that wave to Mexico, really, don't you? So I feel lucky. I feel lucky that I'm living in the United States, in Portland, Oregon, represent. I feel so lucky to have a brand new group of friends, a massive group of friends. Everyone's really loving and nurturing. I mean, just last night we were watching one of my friends do an open mic night and play some guitar songs that he wrote, and it was so good. Sitting on the floor, listening to him play, I cried. I cried. I had a few tears. Anyway, I just feel super, super lucky. But if you don't feel lucky right now and you feel a little bit negative, it's all G, because we are going to cover how we can help you get through that shit in today's episode. Let's have a squiz at what we're going to cover. We're going to go through 4 types of negative thinking and 1 theoretically easy way to fix these negative types of thinking. And I say theoretical because, in theory, all methods of fixing mental health are easy, but when you actually have to put them into practice, you realize, holy fucking shit, some of this stuff, as simple as thinking a few words in time of crisis feels like ripping a sword from stone. It feels impossible. So that's why I say 1 theoretically easy way to fix them. Also today, you lucky little ducks, I'm introducing a new segment. And this, I could make a whole fucking podcast series of this shit. This is Life hacks from the internet. Probably not going to be very helpful, definitely not educational, but you will laugh. All right, let's get stuck in. There is something known as the brain's negativity bias. So this is what causes us to have the tendency to focus on negative shit, right? So it's totally normal. We're all supposed to do it. But the real issue comes along when this negative thinking starts consuming you, and it starts bleeding out insidiously into the rest of your life, and then everything's shit, life shit, your shit, the dog shit, everything's shit. That's when it becomes an issue. So, for example, the other day at work, I smashed out a week's worth of collateral as a designer and found 1 spelling mistake in it after they printed the whole lot. Rip. I thought I'd gotten over it, but, just talking about it now, I'm still feeling it. Anyway, so I focused on that mistake and not on how epic the rest of the collateral was that I had designed. All I kept thinking about was that 1 mistake. Oh my God, I'm so shit. I'm a shitty designer. Why do I do this? There are others better than me. And it really kind of snowballed. And, obviously it's all bullshit. It's Linda. If you listen to the previous episode, Linda's talking shit up in my ear. But, that's a good example of this all-consuming negative thinking. This bias has been wired into the human brain through evolution. In the early times when Earth was a dangerous place, perhaps we had loads of natural predators, it was quite important because we had to learn from our mistakes. We had to learn what was safe, right? What wasn't safe. But these days, we're pretty much on top of the food chain, unless you're swimming in Bondi Beach during shark season. Even not so. People say there's lots of things that kill you in Australia. I'm here in Portland and you guys have fucking bears and night tigers. I don't even know what they're called, but they're like big old cats in the middle of the night that will rip your face off. So, yeah, I'm thinking Australia's pretty safe. Anyway, I digress. I can't even recall where I was at. That's right. Now, in this day and age, we are, a little bit safer and we don't particularly need this hardwired, bias. But because it's still there, we now perceive things that aren't necessarily life-threatening as life-threatening, and we hang on to it just as though they are still as life-threatening, which then causes this perpetual fucking anxiety and worry and, other sorts of crippling mental things that we go through. So the good news is, though, that we don't have to resign ourselves to a life of just like pessimistic shit. We can train our minds to adopt a more empowering and uplifting pattern. Yay! But, first, before we get into that good juicy shit, let's go over the 4 key types of negative thinking. Number 1, anxiety and worry. I think the majority of us know kind of what anxiety and worry are, right? Worry is when the mind projects into an imagined future and conjures up scenes that don't fucking exist, causing us anxiety, which can be a physiological response, get the shakes, heart rates, breathing, all that crap. So, yep, anxiety and worry. Number 2, ruminating on mistakes. So, for example, my example just before, I don't know, sometimes I might say things that don't make sense. For example, my example from before, makes sense. Anyway, was the small spelling mistake that I had on my collateral. It was tiny, but there you go. I ruminated on that mistake until I felt like a shit designer, and that's not fair. That was Linda. God, she's such a bitch. Anyway, number 3, self-criticism and never feeling good enough. Oh, damn it. I feel like most of us, the majority of us, go through this, on a daily basis, some definitely worse than others. But that's the inner critique. That's Linda, who's always talking smack about you, literally to you. And it's quite often conversational. So it's like you're having a conversation with yourself, but it has just pessimistic, dark undertones, just shitty talk. Chit-chat saying, fuck, you really suck at that. Wow, you really suck at that. You really suck at that. At absolutely everything you do, it's just this nagging old bitch saying that you suck at things. And number 4 is focus on the negative and fixating on problems. That's your 4th type of negative thinking. For example, you have a wonderful family. They've all come to visit. You love your family very much. You've got a job. You've got money. You just bought all the food. Everything's sweet. Life's sweet. There's no worries. But then your car gets a flat tire on the way home to meet your family. And instead of thinking about you meeting your wonderful family who have come to visit, to come have dinner with you, all you're fixating on is that shitty flat tire. My car, shit, I've got to get it fixed, shit this, shit that, I'm going to miss work, and you end up ruining an awesome night that's planned out with your family who have come to visit because you're fixating on just one little shitty negative thing. So that's focusing on negative and fixing problems. All right, so they're your 4 key negative thought patterns. I told you that this episode would be a little bit grim, didn't I? It is a little bit, but it's super serious because negative thinking, it's just, I love the word insidious. It's just so fitting. Negative thinking can be so insidious. It crawls up on you, creeps up on you, and then, it takes you into the darkness and has its way with you. Okay, so we've talked about the 4 key types of negative thinking. Let's get to the fucking solutions already. The solution is to not stop negative thoughts, right? Fucking, how's that? The sky parts, the Lord comes down. So we're not stopping the negative thinking, but we are learning how to transmute them. Fuck. If someone could have told me this earlier, honestly, because that's literally what I had thought. I thought we had to stop the negative thinking. But, since learning about the negativity bias and more, I realize what is commonly known that negative thinking is normal, just how to transmute too much negative thinking into something better. Okay, that was all the serious stuff. Now let's go to the not serious stuff. Or maybe it is serious. You might find these as insightful as I did while I was reading them. Let's get on to our new segment, Life Hacks from the Internet. Okay, forget about anything I've ever said that's been helpful, anything that comes from actual articles. This is the only advice you need. It's life hacks from the internet, mainly memes. Here goes. Life hack number 1. If you're already late, take your time because you can't be late twice. Number 2, never cry on a weekend or holiday. Cry on a work day so you get paid for it. Life hack number 3, always work on 2 projects at once. That way you can procrastinate on project A while messing around with project B. And when you get tired of project B, you can waste time on project A. That way you'll be twice as productive while doing nothing but procrastinating. And finally, life hack number 4, you can't fall for any phishing scams if you don't check your emails. Right on, that's it for me for this week. Catch you next week. If you're loving our weekly chit chat, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so we can get this podcast pumping. Also, make sure to check out my website at mentalchillness.club and follow me on the gram for some mental chillness eye candy. Catch you around like a rissole.